Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another Q&A, just some random questions from you guys. Want to post something for you guys for today, leading up to the second half of The Walking Dead Season 6. Man, so we're just about into February now, about 2 weeks left. Can't wait, of course. Really excited for the return of The Walking Dead Season 6. So I want to apologize, didn't get anything for you guys yesterday. Wanted to, but just was pretty tired from work. I had to work midnights, which threw off my usual schedule. It was a little bit different. And I worked like 7 days straight, so it kind of threw off my my week and that kind of deal. So it was a little bit rough. But, you know, we get through it, we do our thing, and I crashed. I just crashed. And I just like, I gotta make videos today. No videos. Go to sleep. So sometimes that happens. You know, you try your best, but sometimes it just no. The brain wants sleep, the body wants rest. So it is what it is. So thank you guys for continuing to send me all the great questions. We haven't had this year, leading up to this half, we haven't had that many trailers or promos going up to it as we have a lot of times in the past. Well, sometimes the mid-seasons are a little bit, you know, we don't get too much release because it's, especially when it's left off at a cliffhanger, because if they show too much, that kind of deal, then they're going to be giving it away. Some people have asked me to review some of the other little clips they've released, like international trailers and stuff like that. And it's much the same. You just get a different angle, stuff like that of some of it. There's some different stuff online. You guys can look it up. I don't mean anything in particular. You got the one with Sasha talking and that. It's not huge. It's small. I got a review coming up for another Robert Kirkman series. You know, of course, Robert Kirkman created The Walking Dead. Invincible. So I picked up Invincible. It was really awesome. Superhero, though. Comic, not zombies. No zombies. At least, well, you know, there are any zombies. Well, maybe zombie villain. I'm not sure. I haven't read every single issue because it's really long running. But I'll have a review posted for Invincible for you guys later on today. You know, give my thoughts on Kirkman's other big series aside from The Walking Dead, which is kind of cool. So heads up for that if you guys, and if you don't know anything about it, maybe you'd like to watch it too, just to kind of learn a little bit about the series and think about if it's something you want to get into, because it is long running as well, which I really like about Kirkman's series, that most of them, except for the ones that flop, the hits like Invincible, Walking Dead, long running, and he keeps them going for more than a decade, and hopefully he'll keep them going for even longer than that, because that's what I'm all about. If you see a character start like Rick Grimes in The Walking Dead right at the beginning of Zombie Apocalypse to the point where he's just a totally different person later on, he's lost like, you know, half his family, things are totally different for him. Getting to see that development over time is amazing. Invincible has a lot of that too, except he does have some loss, but you know, also growing into a man. Like he starts off as a teenager and then he grows up into a man. So check out the review later if you guys are interested in Invincible. If you've ever seen it, you want to hear my thoughts on it, that'll be coming up later today. So the first question is from Justin Reed. Asked lots of great questions, so thanks Justin for your awesome questions. He says, do you think you'll ever find another show you'll like better than The Walking Dead? And he says, I don't think it will. I will, just because of the nostalgia I have with the show. Thanks, man. I love watching your videos. So I want to start with this question because it's a great question. And you know, I'll ask it to you guys too as well. You can write your comments below. First of all, is The Walking Dead your favorite show you've ever seen? For me, of course, you know it is already. You already know it's my favorite. But if you have any others that you like better, write below which ones and why. Maybe some other shows I can check out. So here's the deal. There's lots of stuff out there, of course. Entertainment these days I mean, there's just so many different series, so much stuff. You can't keep up with it all. You got to be picky and choosy what you watch and what you give a chance to. For me, here's the deal. There aren't too many TV series that I really got into after maybe I was done like high school and I didn't have the internet and I would just watch TV because, you know, you didn't have the web, you couldn't go online and do whatever you want to do, play video games or whatever. There wasn't as much stuff out there to do. Now it's like the market is just, there's so much stuff to do. There's all kinds of video games getting released every day. There's, you know, the web, there's you guys hanging out with you guys I love doing, and, you know, video, all this different stuff going on, video games, movies, TV shows. It's kind of crazy. So in terms of TV series though, the only ones that come close for me are like your Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, and then Dragon Ball, which is you know, a nostalgic favorite for mine as well, and I love as well. But I don't think I'll ever enjoy another series as much as Walking Dead. No, because it's like the first series that I really got into as a TV series when I hadn't even really been watching many TV shows. Like I didn't really watch too much at that time before Walking Dead started. There's some I would check out, but nothing I really get into. You know, Breaking Bad is great in that, and that's maybe one that could be close. Game of Thrones as well. But I don't know, aside from those two, I don't know if there ever will be another one. Fear could give it a shot. If Fear is better, Kirkman says he's going to try to outdo The Walking Dead with Fear the Walking Dead. So we'll see. We'll see what he's got for us. We'll see if he can outdo it. I don't know. But like you said, Justin, it's just got that special place for me too as well, because it brought out a show that's done in that quality, that's done that well over the long term, and there just aren't many shows like that out there that can really compete with that. Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, like I said, some people like Sons of Anarchy, Dexter, stuff like that. They're not too keen. They're okay. They're decent. I like them, but I'm not that into them for me. So for me, no, and the comic book series as well too. I try other comic books. This is one that I think could give it a run for its money if you like that genre better. But no, I don't think so. But we'll see. We're still pretty young, most of us. I'm just turning 30 in June, so who knows what the future holds. I like that we're getting to see a lot more kind of premium shows. You got Netflix and stuff like that, which are bringing out more premium shows. But for me, I think The Walking Dead original might always be my favorite, because it's kind of the first one to really get me into a show that I haven't really been into TV shows that much in a long time. So yeah, there's my answer for you, Justin. Probably not, bro. I don't know about you, but probably not. Next one is from, let's see. Yes. Okay. This is from Tay-ya, and she says my name is pronounced Tay-ya and I'm a girl. Hey, Trev, I'm watching your channel since season 3 of The Walking Dead, and I have a few questions for your Q&A. So I picked 2 of yours, Tay-ya, okay? There's 3 you sent me, but I picked the first 2. Realistically, do you think Jim is still roaming around as a walker, or do you think someone put him down by now? You want to hope, so this is my answer for you. You want to hope that someone would have put him down all this time. But there's so many aimless zombies, or zombies aimlessly roaming around in the world out there. And if he's just in like the forest somewhere, probably the truth. He's from season 1. Those of you guys who don't remember, way back, he's the mechanic, right? Mechanic. And he's the one who's digging the graves and stuff, and he gets bitten in that, and they just leave him. He wants to be with his family and that kind of deal. So he's probably roaming around with his zombie family somewhere. Probably. Because there aren't as many survivors as there are zombies, right? So even though you'd hope to think someone would put him down, numbers-wise, probably not. There's so many zombies out there, but maybe his body's decaying in the sun or something. So there it is. Good question. Next one is, do you think Judith and Herschel Jr. will be badass zombie-killing machines when they grow up, being that they were born in the apocalypse? Well, I do think that they will be. That'd be really cool to see that, but I don't think we'll ever see it because they're so young. And time is not passing that fast unless they do a good number of time skips. By the time we get to like season 10 or 11 or 12, they might be like 2 or 3 years old. That's it, like 3 years old or something. So, or 2 years old. Judith maybe like 2 or 3. Herschel Jr. would be like, not even, like maybe a year old, 2 years old. So, something like that. She's pregnant now, probably a couple years, but that would be like season 10 or something. So are we going to get to season 20? Are they going to have other time skips? That's tough to say, man. I hope so, but I'll just say we're probably not going to see that, because they'll be so young. They'll be like teenage Carl or something. So yeah. Next one's from Chantel Swain, and she says, I'm not sure if you've done this already, but it would be cool if you could do a comic comparison with the boys in the comic to Lizzie and Mika. If you've already done it, please tell me what video it is so I can watch it. So I'll just include your question here. I don't think I've ever really done a comparison between Lizzie, Mika, and is it Ben and Billy? I think the twin boys and twin brothers in the Walking Dead comic book series. So I'll say this, and I think I have said this in a video before in reviews and that. The choice to gender swap them to female instead of male worked out really well for the TV series, because I do think there's something really scary about about Lizzie, and more scary than Ben. Ben, to me, yeah, it's scary and it's confusing that he carves up his brother because he's just so confused, and he has his parents. But the one thing about them in the comic book series, they're introduced in issue 2. So they're introduced like right at the beginning. Whereas Lizzie and Mika, they come in much later on. And even though it's kind of like, oh yeah, they're here and they kind of been here, that kind of deal. It's not like we saw them in the second episode of Walking Dead, right? If we saw them in the second episode of Walking Dead, that would have been real cool. But they, 5 years later, it wouldn't work out anyway in terms of age. So I prefer the television series version of Lizzie and Mika to Ben and Billy. but because they're female, it's just even more creepy. There's something. It's like the Resident Evil, thing, or the Ring. Is it the Ring? It's just something creepy about young, really, really young girls that are demonic or something, like crazy. It's just really freaky, it's just there's something really scary about it. I don't know, maybe it's because, young, girls so innocent and, father's protecting, and you get that whole evolutionary psychology part of it. And when one is like Lizzie and twisted and crazy and killing another, it's just so crazy. And I loved how they worked that in with Carol's character. It worked out perfectly in the TV series. So I prefer the TV series version. But one thing about the comic series I prefer, this is spoilers, heads up, but this is 6 years old now or something, or pretty old now. Carl kills Ben after. Instead of Carol doing it, Carl does it. And Ben is Lizzie, right, to Billy and Mika. So I like that more because it shows Carl is like the one who's willing to do it when nobody else is willing to put him down or kill him, because they know he's nuts and they can't really keep him around, but they don't know what to do with him. He's just a kid. What are they going to do? You're going to kill him? He's a kid. He killed his brother, but what are you going to do with him? It's hard to say, right? Babysit him all the time, that kind of deal. Carl just kills him, right? So no one else is able to do it. So that puts Carl on a pretty cool path in the comic book series. TV series, you've got Carol going down there. But, Carl, we could see that transformation in the future as well. So to sum it up, I prefer Lizzie and Mika, but I do like some of the other aspects of Ben and Billy, since they were there in the beginning of the series, and it's Carl that gets character development, evolution out of his choice to be the one to shoulder that weight. So there's my answer for you, Chantel. I hope that was good. Next one's from Abraham Ford. He's got a picture of Abraham's thing, role-playing guys. It's cool. Some people are like, oh, Trev, you're bad world patriot. It's like, well, okay, here's the deal. He was being disrespectful to somebody, a bunch of people, just ridiculous. So I'm like, I'm not going to play favoritism here. I know you've been here in the channel a while, but you can't do that. As I said in my videos, please be respectful to each other. Do that thing, or I might ban you if I have a chance, if I see it, and you're talking smack to people or just being disrespectful, I might ban you. You can't play favorites, right? It's not what this is about. It's just, it is what it is. If you're going to act that way, if some random troll act that way, I probably ban them too. So it is what it is, right? No favoritism here. Q&A. Hey Trev, I have a question. Do you think the other half of the mega herd that Daryl, Abraham, and Sasha let go of in season 6, Always Accountable, will play a role in the second half of season 6? I think it seems likely, as this is where they bumped into the Saviors, so the other communities might be around there. Would it be awesome to hear your thoughts on this? Well, if Abraham shoots off a bazooka, then they may hear that and they may cycle back or something. That said, is it likely? I think they have enough stuff that we're going to get into in the season. It'd be cool to see that. Maybe they can work it in. But it seems like they already got so much stuff going on that it's probably unnecessary, and they'll probably just let that, fade out, let that go. Because they were a good portion, a good ways away, and Alexandria is in another direction. So which direction they would head in, it's hard to say they would head directly back to Alexandria and it's directly on that path. I don't think so. So it's just me, but I don't think so. So there you go. But we'll see. You never know. And then we'll do one more. This one's from James Wilmot, and I think he's got a bunch of questions here. The person that asked you your favorite group of survivors had a good question. I one up the question this way based on Walking Dead. Who is your favorite character, and is or was your favorite character? Who is or was your favorite actor? Which season it was your favorite? Which mid-season finale was your favorite? So this kind of deal. Well, I've done a lot of videos, James, on different things that are my favorite. I've done top 5s, top 10s. It changes over time to who my favorite character is. Right now, it's probably Rick. Daryl's up there too, of course. He's there. You got Shane. Morgan used to be more of a favorite than he is now. Carol, probably favorite female. Michonne's up there. Characters like Andrea and that were great, and when they had him, Governor was a great villain. There's lots of characters I like a lot. So we've done top 5 stuff that we've talked about that. My favorite actor, that's tough to say. Who? Favorite actor in the series, probably John Bernthal's Shane, because he just gave it so much more emotion and life than the comic book series version. And it's kind of unfair because Rick is awesome in the comic book series, so Andrew Lincoln does an incredible job, but it's he probably should though, because Rick's awesome anyway, right? So, but Shane was so bad in the comic book series and so awesome in the TV series, that's probably why he would stick out to me as my best actor so far in The Walking Dead. Plus, I like his other stuff too. He's great in pretty much everything he's in. Excited to see the Punisher and him and Daredevil as Punisher. Would be cool. Which season was your favorite? Season 5, but before that, Season 3. I preferred Season 3 to 1 or 2 and to 4. Season 4, it's weird because Season 3 was like there, and Season 4 was awesome and Too Far Gone, but then not so great in the second half. 3 was just nonstop action all the way through, which is awesome with Merle and that. But Season 5 is my favorite now, for sure. Yeah, and Season 6 could beat that. We'll see the second half, and we'll see. I'll let you guys know after. Mid-season finale was my favorite. Oh, Too Far Gone for sure. And then, Pretty Much Dead Already was amazing. And this one was pretty good. A lot of people didn't like it because it's cliffhanger. But, it is what it is, right? They do that because it just sometimes things just get pushed in the next episode, I think. Which season do you think has the most replay value? That's a different question. I would say in the future, it'll probably be Season 5, I think. But, also Season 3 does have a lot of replay value, too, because it's so different from the others. Season 2 does, too, because you get the emotions with Shane and Rick and that, and it's so close to home and crucial to Rick's development, so that's good, too. Which was the best survivor death? Okay, like the best one to see. Well, that's tough, man. Like, death is such a negative thing. Like, which one was the best negative thing? That's hard to say. Oh man, maybe I don't know, Herschel's or something. That was that kind of made sense for where it was put in. And I think it fit nicely with the story, and it worked out well. It's sad as hell, of course, which it should be. But again, you're asking the best negative thing to happen. And which was the best Walker kill or Walker death? Like the best Walker kill ever? That's really tough. I've done I've done top 10s before on that, but I have to go through and compare. There's just so many. It's hard to decide just one. So that'll be it for today's Q&A, guys. I hope you liked it. Keep sending me your questions. Keep sending me your video suggestions. And we only have 2 weeks, so it's going to go by quick. If you like this video, you can thumb it up below. As usual, you guys know the usual drill. Share, fave, and subscribe if you're new. That's it for today. See you guys again real soon. As always, it's Trev saying peace.